the foot of the World Tree. Under a clear, endlessly high blue sky, two boys smiled, waved, and turned their backs on each other. "See you." With just those short words, the journey of Gon and Killua, who had been inseparable since the hunter exam and had survived countless life or death situations together, came to a close. It was such a simple, yet refreshing farewell. I wanted them to stay together forever. Contrary to this wish held by many fans, if we read deeply into the story, we can see that this separation was, for both of them, and especially for Killua, an unavoidable choice in order to survive. Today, we will explore the reasons why they had to choose separate paths. We will look beyond the surface reason of achieving their goals and focus on the definitive cracks in their hearts that formed during the Chimera Ant arc, and the new light that Killua found. Chapter 1, When the Balance of Light and Shadow Collapsed. First, let's look back at their relationship. For Killua, who was raised as an assassin and lived in a world of darkness, the straightforward and honest Gon was truly light itself. "Gon, you are light. Sometimes you shine so brightly that I must look away. But even so, is it okay for me to stay by your side?" As he once monologued, the core of Killua's actions was always for Gon. However, this balance crumbled noisily during the Chimera Ant arc. Faced with Kite's death, Gon turned into a demon of revenge. To support Gon's fragile heart, Killua made a desperate resolve: "I will protect him, even if I have to trade my own life for his." With this tragic determination, he stepped into the palace, the place of death, together with Gon. But Killua's devoted feelings did not reach the blackened heart of Gon. The decisive moment arrived. When Killua tried to reason with Gon, who was heading toward Peto, Gon uttered these words. "You have it easy, Killua. You can stay calm. Since it has nothing to do with you." These words had enough power to kill Killua's heart. He had risked his life to follow him this far. He cared for Gon more than anyone else. And yet, "It has nothing to do with you." To Gon, Killua wasn't even part of his pain. At the moment of their parting, Killua joked about this, saying, "I was pretty depressed back then, but the fact that he brought it up at the very end shows just how deep the scar was." In that moment, Killua may have realized, "I cannot be Gon's light. My voice cannot clear away his darkness." This sense of powerlessness became a distant cause for their separation. Chapter 2, The Unreachable Voice and Left Behind Feelings. The story proceeds even more cruelly. In exchange for his own future, Gon transformed into a monstrous adult form and settled the score all by himself. When Killua rushed to the scene, Gon had already finished everything. Killua didn't make it in time. He couldn't stop Gon's rampage, nor could he share Gon's pain. Gon didn't rely on Killua, he completed his mission alone. If they had continued traveling together as they were, what would have happened? Killua might have lived in constant fear, thinking, "Will Gon break again?" He would have become overprotective, constantly walking on eggshells around him. That can no longer be called a relationship between equal best friends. The shape of their trust had broken once, and Killua's devoted love had become too heavy. It was necessary to hit the reset button. Chapter 3, A New Person to Protect, Aluka. It was his sister, Aluka, who saved Killua from the depths of his despair. Aluka, and the entity within her, Nanaka. They cannot survive in the outside world without Killua. And more than anything, they loved and needed Killua with all their might. His relationship with Gon had become one where Killua was giving one-sidedly. But his relationship with Aluka is different. Aluka returns his love with her whole heart, saying, "I love you, big brother." Here, for the first time, Killua found a place where his love was requited, and where he was absolutely essential. Inside the airship heading toward the World Tree, Killua tells Gon, "She's a great sister. Sorry, but you come second." This line sounds like a joke, but it is Killua's declaration of farewell and independence. He shifted his axis from a world where Gon was everything to a world where he protects Aluka. If he hadn't done that, he likely wouldn't have been able to live his own life. Chapter 4, From Friends to Companions. And then came the moment of parting under the blue sky. Gon said these final words. "No matter where we are companions. What we should focus on here is the choice of the word companions nakama instead of friends. At first glance, it might sound distant, but in this context, it signifies a bond between independent individuals. Friends are simply people who have fun together. Companions are those who are connected by their souls, even if their goals are different, or even if they are far apart. Gon also understood that he had relied on Killua too much, and that he had hurt him. That is why he apologized, and why he didn't say, "Let's go together." The two of them needed to separate once and stand on their own feet. Gon re-examines his present as a powerless boy who cannot use Nen, while Killua travels the world as a guardian to Aluka. That smiling farewell was a departure from dependence, and a rite of passage for the two of them to become adults. Epilogue, Hope for Reunion. Will the two of them never meet again? No, surely that is not the case. It is suggested that Aluka, and Nanika, whom Killua is traveling with, originated from the Dark Continent. And it is hard to believe that Gon, who has the blood of a hunter flowing through his veins, will stay in a normal life forever. As the stage of the story expands to the Dark Continent and beyond, their fates will surely cross again. When that time comes, Gon will be a man who can be relied upon, and Killua will be a free man bound by no one. They will reunite not in a protector and protected relationship like before, but as true, equal buddies who can watch each other's backs. See you. Believing in the day when those words echoed in the blue sky become reality, let us watch over their respective journeys for now.